Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Lacrosse Center. Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions. Well, out in front of us, we have the Wazeeka and Cassville ball game going on. But up here, I've got Steve Hunsinger, head coach for the Cashton Eagles. Steve, thanks for being here once again.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Ken.
You know, how did this come about for the Eagles, an opportunity to take on the Panthers and play here at the Lacrosse Center?
Really was a unique conversation that was happening already starting, back in last spring. And we had some conversation over the summer with Terry Sina from Viroqua and Eric Weigel from Kickapoo said, hey, let's move our game. Does this sound like an interest to you? Terry's trying to put this together. And Terry said, hey, can you come down? And we just did some good communication around it, said let's give it a try and see what happens. So it's an exciting opportunity for us as a program.
You know, and that's one of the things Coach Cena and I had a chance to talk earlier this morning. And, you know, how often do teams from our small area, our small communities, get a chance to play in a venue such as this?
Yeah, it doesn't come around very often. And the hustle and the bustle of the regular season, you're just going through games and traveling and at home, and you don't get these kind of opportunities all the time. And so it's a nice experience for us to come down here, play some good competition in the Ridge and Valley crossover with the Scenic Bluffs in this case. And that's what's going to lead to a fun day.
Right. You know, and you take a look, I always thought it was kind of neat when I was coaching, we wanted to come here for the Bi-State because of the size, the volume, if you will, the noise, and all kinds of different things. Because if you make it to a regional championship final or you get to the sectionals, the semifinals, or the finals, you're going to be in larger facilities, and it's kind of nice to get used to that.
Absolutely. It's such a different experience than playing in your regular high school gym that you're used to and accustomed to, and even knowing the conference gyms that you're going to. This is just very different, kind of unique.
Yeah. Do you talk to the gals about this day, a little larger court, the larger atmosphere? Did you talk to them about how to get acclimated to it?
Yeah, and it's why we got here early. You get a chance to watch some basketball going on. We'll get out on the floor, get to experience how it feels to be out there. Certainly, you can't replicate it by any means by shooting in your own gym, but you talk about it. You say it's still a basketball game. We got to put the ball in the hoop, and we've got to play the things that we want to bring to the table. So, it's just a new experience, which is exciting, I think, for all our players.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit. Last week, the Eagles, both boys and girls, were on the road so much and everything. How'd that fare for you?
Yeah, we were at Independence on Tuesday. Had a nice game up there. I brought home a win from Independence, which was really nice to get on the road. Always a good conference up there with the split small and large Dairyland, so you get good competition. We traveled over to Royal for a home game on Thursday night. Tough battle. That's always a game that's competitive for us with Andy Dowland and his crew over there at Royal, and it really good experience to take on a team in our division who is going to be in the top of our conference. Lost by 7. It was a back-and-forth game. It was really hard-fought, well-played game, especially in our second half. Did a lot of the things that we wanted to do to bring ourselves to here on Saturday.
Yeah. Let's take a real quick break with the music going. We're going to be safe. We'll be right back, folks. Coming right back, we have, of course, head coach Steve Hunsinger of the Cashton Eagles with me as we chat a little bit about last week. So a good win with Independence, Royal. They're just a tough team.
They are. They're a great team in the conference. Going to be in that top half of the conference, fighting for the conference championship. It's a game, that we wanted to come out and play hard. We did. We just didn't get to the end of where we wanted to accomplish, but certainly brought us to our next step of where we want to go in the season.
So 2 games last week, and then today. And then next week, I'm pretty sure I've got one of your games and one of the boys' games next week. Since you're home,
Yep.
I'm like, there's my opportunity to get back to Cashton.
Yeah, we go to Brookwood on Tuesday. We're gonna play Hillsborough next Friday, and then coming into the Christmas break, we're gonna be at Westby. So this is kind of our road series for us. We're on the road quite a bit. One home game, but opportunity for us to build and get better and get to some of our goals.
I remember now that you say that with Brookwood, because I'll be there for that game as long as I'm there. It's a great opportunity to see you guys, and of course I know some of the kids playing with Brookwood now, and so that makes it a lot of fun to be able to do stuff like that. So, well, Steve, it's just it's always a great time to chat with you. Your assessment, maybe first off, of the first handful of weeks here for your team, coming along like you hope?
Yeah, we're gaining experience. We're getting opportunities to play together as a team, which is exactly what we needed to start building on. And we want to keep going up the ladder from here. We want to keep accomplishing our goals, getting new goals set, and reaching those as the season goes on, because it's a progression. It's a long season. We've got to continue to hang in there throughout it.
And I was just thinking, as you were saying that, you got some young kids playing this year, and they seem to be kind of picking up on what you're expecting.
Yeah, it's starting to come together. We had some experienced seniors who are helping to lead us, along with a few of our juniors in that mix, and a couple sophomores that are getting some new opportunities to come in and play. And that's really a good experience for our whole team to come together, figure each other out a little bit, and then put our game on the floor.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the game on the floor, that's coming up with the Kickapoo Panthers. What do we know about Kickapoo?
The co-champions of the Ridge and Valley last year. They're going to bring in and return a number of players that they had from that team as well.
Wow.
Eric, I got to give hats off to him. He always brings a tough program. He has well-coached girls that are going to bring a competitive team. It's like playing in the Scenic Bluffs, honestly, to go and play with Kickapoo with the talent that they bring and the length of some of the girls that they have. They're gonna put it on the floor today, and we're going to have to bring our A game to the floor. We're going to have to take care of the basketball, avoid the big turnovers. Nothing out of the ordinary that I'm probably telling you, but be there at the end so that we can have an opportunity to win this basketball game.
In other words, it's going to be a good battle.
That's what I expect it to come out to be.
Steve, thank you so much. I truly enjoy chatting with you each and every time, and we look forward to today's ball game this afternoon starting at 2 o'clock. Wish you the best of luck.
Thanks again. Appreciate the time.
Head coach Steve Hunsinger of the Cashton Eagles, and we'll have that game coming up here in just a little bit, folks. Hope you enjoy it, and thanks for joining us. We'll be back in a little while. Well, good afternoon once again. Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, as we're ready to bring you another interview with me, head coach Eric Weigel of the Kickapoo Panthers. Eric, thanks for coming up here and taking a few minutes out prior to your game.
Yeah, anytime. This has been a great experience so far, and we've only been sitting in the stands. Really looking forward to the game starting.
Well, it's kind of neat because you come into a whole different kind of venue, and I talked with Coach Hunsinger a little bit about that. You got to get used to the size of the court, the size of the volume of the building, and that. How do you think the ladies are going to react to that?
Well, the big thing I've found is the shooting is so different because the hoop is a long ways back to the back, and whereas in our gym it's probably like 15 feet. That's the big thing.
Sure.
The court will make a little bit of a difference. We like to press, and it's an extra 10 feet we have to cover, so it makes it a little more difficult. But, we played a game last night, so we really haven't had any chance to really even talk about those issues.
Oh, sure. Well, and this is a non-conference game, and not that it's not important, because it is, obviously, when it comes to seeding and everything else for regionals. But on the same token, you can kind of come in knowing that you can play a lot of people. In fact, you play a lot of people, don't you?
Yeah, we normally play 10 or 11. We've got 11 people on our roster. The girls, all of them have put so much time in, and they're all very skilled. So sometimes it comes down to what is the other team doing, which players do we need. But it's been a very great problem to have with so many players who can play.
Yeah. That's, and what I'm wondering about, when you say that, to get that rotation and keep the rhythm of the game going in your favor, there's got to be a little bit of a trick to that.
Yeah, that's really the hard part because, every team's got players who are a little better than everybody else, and you want them to be on the court the most and get the most shots. Trying to balance getting everybody enough time so they feel a part of the game, but then not taking too much time against the players who can really produce. That's the delicate balance that we're trying to find. And some games it's worked well, and some games it feels clunky.
Yeah, well, and I can understand clunky. I really do. Yes. And that's got to be the magic formula. In any ball game, whether it's football or the basketball game, even baseball and stuff like that. Sometimes it can create changes. Well, when you take a look at last week, you guys had a couple of games, and now back to back. How do you think the legs are going to hold out here?
Yeah, that's a big question. With no school yesterday, I'm sure most of the girls did very little. So maybe that's a good thing. But, yeah, we played last night. We got done about 9 o'clock. Okay. The girls met for breakfast this morning, so that was kind of cool. And then we're here, and we also played Tuesday. We'll see. I don't really have an answer. I know in this game, Potosi-Cassville played last night, and there's been stretches where it looks like they're tired.
Sure.
So we'll find out.
Yeah. And you played 3 games last week, too, so you've been pretty busy.
Yeah, we've played 6 games in about 17 days.
Wow.
So it's been a little tough. But, of course, if you're a player, it's great because there's, not very many practices.
There you go,
and
right?
you get to play games.
What does it look like for next week?
Next week we play Thursday and Saturday. We have Ithaca at home on Thursday, and they're undefeated in our conference, and we're undefeated in our conference, so that should be a good one. And then Saturday we go back to my hometown of Shellsburg, and they've played pretty well so far. They just beat Potosi-Cassville last night. So that'll be a fun game on Saturday.
Yeah. Well, taking a look, what do you know about the Cashton Eagles for today?
I know that they're, pretty quick. The Hyatt girl is very fast. She's going to create problems for us. I watched a little bit. They played Royal on Thursday night, and I know Royal's very good. And to see Cashton stay that close, it gives us some concern. But it looks like they're going to play some man-to-man, maybe a little 1-3-1. So it'll challenge us a little bit with no practice between last night's game and today.
Little bit on the go kind of change there, right?
Yeah, it feels a little bit like summer where you show up in the gym and you just play whoever's across the way from you.
Well, I'm sure you'll come up with a pretty good game plan. So, Eric, I just want to say thanks for you to taking the time to come up here prior to a game that we're going to have here. And in fact, in just a few moments now, game time starting at 2 o'clock, so we have a little bit there. You can get the kids out on the court, and you can kind of take some shots, get a feel for things.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Thanks a lot,
Yeah,
Ken.
thank you. Head coach Eric Weigel for the Kickapoo Panthers coming up here, chatting a little bit about his team and what to expect today. We'll come back at 2 o'clock with the start of the next girls basketball game. Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. From the Lacrosse Center, Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, as we're set to bring you game number 3 here at the center, and it's going to feature the Kickapoo Panthers, who win the jump ball, and they will be the home team today, taking on the Cashton Eagles. Let's take a look here and see if we can pick up the names and numbers as we get things rolling here. Panthers, the co-conference champs last year, if I remember correctly. They're going to give up a turnover here right away. Sydney Helgeson coming up with the takeaway. And the Eagles now on the drive. Here's a layup attempt, a little bit too much there on that one. Just a little bit of a short arm by Hyatt. And here comes Kickapoo quickly back down the court. Pretty good looking 3. That one's short, just off the front of the rim and losing the handle. It's going to stay with the Panthers, though. Lily Geary had the ball, and it was tipped away by one of the Eagles down low. Might have been Helgeson. Take a peek here at the starters. Ella Brigham out there, number 24 on the guard, guarding that particular shot. Hyatt comes away with it. She gets the ball over to the far side with Helgeson. Helgeson down low. That's off the hands of Taylor. Taylor Lindley Schendel. number 21, only a sophomore, starting here today for the Eagles. And watch for her, folks. She's going to be a good one. Here comes Cashton. They'll kick the ball back up to the top with Helgeson. Helgeson taking a look. Between her and Hyatt, they'll be the floor leaders for the Eagles. Schendel to Brigham. Down low again, they'll kick it out. Here's Ella for three, and she nailed it. And the quick lead here for the Eagles on the first bucket of the day. Down low they go. They'll kick the ball back out once again. Autumn Jacks, number 23. Boy, I tell you what, she is a terrific cross-country runner. Geary as well, if I remember right. Very solid bunch here. The Panthers. Should be a very good ball game. These two teams well matched. Had a chance to talk. I don't know if you heard, but earlier while the Potosi-Wazeeka game was going on, had a chance. There's a turnover. That one right off the foot of Jacks. And talking with head coach Eric Weigel, and it was kind of a, this might be a track race. Both teams very athletic, very quick. Down low underneath, not able to get that one to drop. They'll bring it back out in Nagel. Jayla Nagel, another one of those fine cross-country runners. And there's Nagel again. There's some speed as she was able to cut that ball off and pick it off more or less. Now we're going to get a foul down low here. That's going to go on Schendel. First one on her. Here's a drive, the layup attempt. No, off the front of the rim and right into the hands of Helgeson. Helgeson will come down the court and across the timeline. Almost lost the handle. Finally able to regroup, and nope, it's taken away. Coming down quickly here, the Panthers at the layup. There's a beautiful block by Hyatt. Now quick hands, and we're going to get a tie-up. Knocking the ball away was Nagel. And Nagel helps Hyatt up. Good sportsmanship there. You got to like that. Cashton will do the inbound and across the timeline with Helgeson. We'll follow these Eagles, I believe, next Tuesday at Brookwood. Brookwood coming away with a 6-point win today over Viroqua in the opening ball game, 30-24. Couple of shots, no go for the Eagles, and quickly down the court come the Panthers. The shot is up, rimmed around, no good, and a rebound coming away here to number 12 in Grace Lease. Helgeson to Lease, nope, over the top to Quinn Cook. Quinn tries to drive through a couple of players, couple of defenders, and that didn't work out. And coming back down the court, 22 and Haley Gander had to do a double take on that. Gander once again back out to the top with Geary. Down low on a bounce pass, back up they go. Nagel looking to Gander. Helen Clements into the ball game now. Down low, we're going to get a tie-up here. Lease got tangled up. He's going to be called for the foul. She's going to come out of the ball game. So did Helgeson. Take a look and see who came in. It's going to be number 10 and Amber Heft into the ball game. Also 4 in Taylor Beyer. And there's a bucket. Basket by number 5, Lily Geary. She'll go to the line here. Coming out of the ball game, 11 in Helen Clements and 22 in Haley Gander. Shot is up off the front of the rim, no good. Hyatt comes away and she can turn and spin right away back down the court. Cross-court pass, skipping it back over the top of the defense. That was to Heft. Back up again, Hyatt. She'll look, drive it to the right-hand side. Look for that layup, overshot it. Just a little too hard and too high off the glass. And coming away with it is 23. And, of course, we don't have the number, do we? Oh, we do. That is Autumn Jacks. Yes, that's right. Had to think for a second there. Kind of lost track of the numbers for a moment. Here's a nice layup, and that was 21 in Abby Oliver. Well, she did a great job of protecting the ball with her body on that baseline and able to lay it up and in. 4-3 score now. Panthers out in front. Here's a three off the front of the rim, no good. And tracking the ball down was 21 here in Oliver. There's an interception. Cook in the right place at the right time. And now sneaking up behind. And we're going to get a travel call here as Nagel snuck in, popped the ball away, but as she picked it up, she took an extra step. Cook comes out. Lauren Hunsinger into the ball game. She will inbound this play, get it started. Gets it out here to Heft. Back up to Hyatt. Hyatt taking a look. Back to Hyatt. That one coming off the hands of Lily Sanders, who's in the ball game. There's a nice block, by the way. Boy, who was that? That was ball tipped away by Nagel. That was number 5 in Lily Geary. She got up and was able to get the block, but she also looked like she caught a hand or something right in her nose. That'll bring tears to your eyes. Trying to wipe those away. Yeah, you get right on the tip of the nose, and I tell you what, that'll tingle. Hyatt's going to come out for a quick rest as Helgeson comes in. You'll see Hyatt out there shortly. She doesn't get much of a break. There's a nice play, and there's going to be a foul. Well, I tell you what, going to the bucket there, that was Beyer, and her opportunity for a couple of free throws coming up now. The foul on 32 in Gwen Fredrickson. Next one is good, and it's should be 5-4. There you go. Nagel bringing the ball across the timeline. Fredrickson had the ball, goes right back, and now here on the near side with Geary. Lost the handle, and out of bounds it goes. Right down there near the Cashton bench. Pretty good rotation going on right now by head coach Steve Hunsinger as he's rotating people through as they get used to this larger court, about 10 feet longer. Sometimes it takes a little getting used to. There's a lob pass by Brigham that's picked off. Fredrickson doing a nice job with that and hands it off to 21 in Oliver. Here's a long three, no good, and the rebound coming away to Lease. She gets it out here to Helgeson. Out on that far sideline, across the timeline, top of the key. Slowing things down now, and here comes an interception. Layup attempt is up and good. Well, I tell you what, Jaden Nagel, she showed some great anticipation on that. Came away with the pickoff and the bucket on top of that. Down low, tipped away again. The defense for the Panthers really doing a good job with watching the eyes of the offense, if you will. Got to make sure that those passes are going to be spot on. Three on the way by Nagel, no good, and Brigham pulls it down. 10:30 to go here in this first half. We have Granny basketball coming up later. There's a beautiful block. Again, that's about the second block of the game already here early on for the Panthers. Yeah, Granny basketball coming up. Three on the way. Back of the rim, no good. Tracked down by Nagel. She'll go inside to Geary, excuse me. Back out to the top here. Oliver comes up to the left side with Jaden's Nagel. Meanwhile, Jayla Nagel. Here's a three. That's well off to the left. No good, and out of bounds it goes. Cashton will have the ball. Hyatt coming back in. Coach Eric Wiegel is going to rotate a couple of people in. He's going to give both Jayla Nagel and Lily Geary a quick breather. Shot on the way. Whoa, that was a pretty good shot. I believe that was Brigham, right? Yes, Ella Brigham for three. I thought it was, and I looked down once. I was trying to check on something, and all of a sudden she popped it. Here is a ball that's going to be lost out of bounds by Hyatt. 8-6, Cashton out in front. Here in the first half of the half, right? Sitting at the 9:08 mark. Haley Gander, number 22, she brought the ball down the court. Almost lost the handle. They'll kick it back out top of the key. On the wing, here's a good-looking shot, just deep though. Coming off from Lexi Kaiser. We're going to get a foul down low here. As it looked like a tackle almost. See if they have that one marked down. They say 22 in Haley Gander. That's her first. Here is Schendel with the shot. Little bit of a hook, but way over the top. Panthers bringing the ball back down the court. On the wing with Jax back into the ball game. Here comes Jaden Snagel. She'll kick it back out. A long three. That one did not look bad, but it rimmed in and out. Hyatt with the rebound. And she'll come down the court here to Brigham. Down low once again. That's Lease. Lease goes inside. Helgeson with a shot. No. Taylor picks the ball up. She'll kick it out. Shot by Hyatt. Rolls around. Dropped off. There's Helgeson. She's going to be fouled. Pretty good ball movement there and some unselfish play by a number of team members. Trying to move that ball around. Shot is up, no good. Well, our thanks going out to a number of those sponsors, by the way, that we have for today's broadcast, this little special that we're doing. First National Bank out of Mindoro. We'll see Melrose Mindoro coming up here later tonight at 6 o'clock, taking on Viroqua. 71 Express, located in Norwalk. We appreciate Kate's support of the broadcast today. They want to say congratulations to the Falcons picking up a win. Well, we're going to get a timeout. Let's do the same. Timeout on the floor. 9-6 your score here. And again, this is going to be a good one. And they're ready to go here as we come back to live action. Going to get a foul down underneath. The foul on the Eagles goes to Lauren Hunsinger, number 3. That's her first as Quinn Cook comes back into the ballgame. She'll relieve Ella Briggan for a few moments. Briggan already with a couple of threes to her credit. Popping those through, that was Nagel. Jayla with a handful of points here already. We're not keeping track of the points today as we're looking at, there's a number of things going on here, so we're going to just concentrate on trying to give you the play-by-play, and if you can tally them up, thanks. Here's a stop and pop, and she did it. That was really Hyatt there. Tell you what, she's up and down the court just like all these young players. Braley and Helgeson, the floor leaders here, as we mentioned, for the Eagles. Over here on the side, Geary back into the ball game now. She'll go down low, ball tipped away, and finally recovered here. That was number 4 in Beyer coming away with it. Far side, Cook, she'll drive, comes back out to the top with Hunsinger. Here's a shot underneath, short arm, that one just a little bit too much there by Beyer. She had a good look, but she was also sandwiched between a couple of Panthers, so that will make you change your shot a little bit. Here's a quick movement, spin, kicking the ball back out. 23 in Autumn Jacks. Kickapoo, co-conference champs last year, and they bring a number of players back. Looking to do well in that Ridge and Valley Conference. They got a big showdown coming up here against Ithaca this next week here. I believe it was Tuesday or Thursday anyways, as both teams are undefeated in the conference. We're going to get a foul down low here. Hyatt battling with Nagel for position, and they're going to get Hyatt for the foul. That's number 2 on her, and Amber Heft will come into the ball game. Good pass underneath, and the shot no good. Nagel got her own rebound. They will toss it way out to the top with Helen Clements and get things reset here for the Panthers. Kickapoo on the drive. They'll kick it out here to Geary. Geary stops, turns, comes right back here on a 3 attempt, and that is good by Michaela Kaufman. Boy, what a shot there. Great ball movement by the Panthers. It's 11 up. Kind of a low-scoring ball game, but I tell you what, there's a lot of action going on. Oh, we're going to get a travel right there as Amber Heft shuffled her feet just before the ball went on the floor. But when you got 2 fast teams and their defense is playing pretty well, you know, you don't expect a whole lot of scoring. They're not getting the layups like you would almost expect with quick teams, but that's because their defense is just as quick. Down low they go. They'll kick the ball back out, nearly stolen away. But they'll corral the ball, and Jacks over here to the near side once again with Kaufman. She's already hit 1 3. Here's Geary, and she traveled. I thought so. Even for an old wrestling coach, sometimes you can just see those feet shuffle. Cashton looking for the pass. They get it to Helgeson, and boy, she can move down the court in a hurry. She's going to take it all the way. Her shot up, it's just a little bit too strong, and now we're going to get a foul on Lauren Hunsinger. She got just a little too close to Nagel and caused the foul. Wholesale change coming in here in just a moment. Briggan, Lease, and Schendel coming in for Cashton when they get the chance. Here's Helgeson back across the timeline. She approaches. Autumn Jacks was out there on her defensively. Here's Hunsinger. Hunsinger taking a look. Wants to go to Byard. Instead changes her mind and comes down here to Cook or to Heft, and we are going to get a turnover here. Actually, a timeout, says the official. A timeout. Cashton we'll take that break as well. Thanks again to those many sponsors as the ball is tipped out of bounds and Kickapoo will get the ball back. Bank of Ontario helping us out once again. Appreciate Doreen and the whole team over there with their support of today's broadcast. And Brando Meats, by the way, in that Wilton, Ontario area. One of our fine sponsors, the Hitchin Post. You can contact the Hitchin Post in Wilton if you'd like to order some of the different bundles of Brando Meats. So a couple of sponsors teaming up there on that. We're going to get a foul underneath. Boy, a lot of action here. Geary battling, trying to get the rebound shot. And she got the rebound, put it back up. Did not go in. She was fouled. Geary hits the first. Lily Sanders into the ball game now. And she hit them both. Geary will put the Panthers out in front by 2 at 13-11. And coming down the court, we're going to get a reach in. And let's see who that's going to go against. Might be Geary. It was. Her first is the fourth team foul on Kickapoo. Cashton has 7. Brigham with the ball back up the top with Amber Heft. Heft going down low on that far side. She'll back it out. Chendo trying to set a little screen so she can get out of there and able to do just that. Here's Lease. A reach in. That's going to be a foul on 22 and Haley Gander. Lease looking to get the ball in. She does to Sanders. Sanders comes back up the top with Heft. Amber takes a peek. Now comes back to Sanders, who looks down low. Again, tough defense there by Jax. Here's Brigham, sets herself up for 3. That's a little bit strong off the back of the rim. No good. Geary comes away with it. Got a quick outlet pass to Kaufman, who gives the ball up to Jax. Here's Fredrickson on the baseline. Nice bounce pass to the far side. And again, the Panthers, look at this. They just go right from the far side back to the near side in just an effortless fashion. A 3 on the way, no good. Brigham got the long rebound and gives it up here to Heft coming down the court. Wanted to split the defense. Boy, she ran into a couple of players here on the floor. That was 14 in Kaufman and Taylor Schendel. And no foul, no travel. Got the ball away. They're letting them play. Here's Geary underneath and a nice pass, and Jax will capitalize. 15-11 now, and here's a strip, and now couldn't hang on to it. Kaufman had it for a moment, and then her momentum carried her past the ball. Cashton was able to get it back, and now the ball is thrown away. Heft was waiting for Lease, who faked right, went left, and as she faked right, that's when Heft passed the ball, and it was too late to bring it back. Heft comes out of the ball game as Helgeson returns. She was sitting at the table waiting to come in anyways. Again, 15-11. We got a minute and a half left here in this first half action. Our thanks again to those sponsors. Of course, CCU of Melrose helping us out. There's a nice play underneath. Fredrickson in down low, and she was able to capitalize with her height. Here's a takeaway once again. Nagel, easy layup attempt. That's good. And breaking away here at 105 mark. That defense causing some troubles right now for the Eagles. Nagel had that one bounce off her forehead. Citizens First Bank with 6 great locations. And, of course, Viola and Viroqua helping us out. Appreciate their support. That ball on the pass in was overshot to the Eagles and looking to try and capitalize once again. Not able to do so this time. In fact, a foul from behind on number 12 in Allison Culver with a little bit of a bump. That's her first. It's the 6th team foul, so still not in any kind of trouble. That ball tipped away by Jaden Nagel. You have to admire the speed of both of these teams. And right now, the Panther defense is probably, you got to give them an A right now. They went from a B plus to a solid A. Let's put it that way. Creating some turnovers, and now all of a sudden an 8-point advantage over the Eagles. Hunsinger back into the ball game. Far side she goes with Byer. Byer back up to Brigham. Over here with Sanders on the wing. Under 30 seconds to go in the half. Hunsinger comes back up. Byer looking for the good pass. Catch somebody down low underneath by themselves. Offense moving around. Down to 6. Here's a shot up. That's no good. And the rebound coming away by Nagel. She'll turn. She's going to heave this one. And, oh, boy, she had the strength, but off to the left here in this first half. Again, our thanks going out to Martin's Milk Service in the Wilton area. Appreciate their wonderful support. They're hiring Class A CDL drivers. Old Country Cheese for Cashton. Tell you what, you can't go wrong there. And Peck's Corner just outside of Cashton. Stop in there for great sandwiches each and every day. And Pasture Pride Cheese, award-winning Justo cheese. Well, I hope I'm saying that right. It sure seems like it. But stop in just outside of Cashton on Highway 27. Thanks to Megan and that crew over there. We can't say enough for them. Rivers Inn, located in Ontario. Great place to go. Wings, always a favorite for Monday Night Football. And String Swing in Ontario, or outside Ontario, not too far from actually Brookwood High School. But we appreciate their terrific support. Travis and the crew, they have over 10 million guitars. Say they do a great job. Of course, that's what they use to set things up. Viola Quick Stop, thanks to Angie and Travis Iggy. Stop in there for a great deli and a wonderful assortment of menu, and of course a fantastic Friday fish. Wildcat Bar as well, helping us out today. $5 burger on Tuesday and many other daily specials. Back with more in a little bit. Welcome back to second half action here at the Lacrosse Center. It's the Generations of Basketball Classic. Here's a shot up in the air, no good, by the Panthers. They get the first opportunity to score. They come up a little bit short. That shot by Haley Gander, kind of off to the right and not quite to the bucket. Here's a shot up, no good by Taylor Schindel. And rebound coming back to the Eagles. Oh, almost tossed that one away, but it's going to come right back down to Schindel once again. Here's a shot up. Helgeson, and she hit the three. Boy, what a shot there, and puts the Eagles on that three. They're within 5 now of the ball game. Back up here to the top of the key for the Panthers. Gander comes up on back to Clements over on the far side on the wing. That was Nagel back up to the top of the key. Kickapoo really doing a nice job when it comes to the movement here with the ball. Some great passes and some pretty good looks down low. This is one of them. That shot just off the mark though, and coming away with it, the Eagles. Back down the court looking for a cutter. This is, looks like Brigham. She'll come back over here to Helgeson down on that baseline. Skip the pass up to Hyatt. Top of the key. Good defense once again. I tell you what, Autumn Jacks, she has just very, very quick when it comes to her defense. Here's a shot up, no good. Rebound, put back, still no good. That was Shendo that couldn't get that one to drop. Taylor Shendo, a sophomore. A little bit of foul trouble here. We'll keep an eye on that as the game progresses. Meanwhile, the Panthers, again, moving the ball around. Here's Nago on the drive, stops. We'll kick it back out to Jacks. Rotating, Cleary down to the far side. Now inside, and there's a layup attempt by Jacks. That one's going to come up short as well. 19-14 your score. Here's a layup. That's up and good. I believe that was Helgeson, but I could be off the mark on that. Shot coming up. We're going to get a foul here now. (19-16) your score. Panthers and Cleary with the shot. She'll hit that one. And she'll get a second here. That is just a little bit short. The rebound taken away here by Cashton. And boy, they get down the court in a hurry. Brigham up here to Hyatt, down low to Helgeson, back up to Brigham. Watch out for her with threes. Instead, it's going to be Hyatt for three, and she hit it. It's 20-19. Comeback trail here for the Eagles. Panthers go down low. We're going to get a foul here. And let's see who that's going to go against. That was, looks like it's 21 here in Shendo. And that's going to be, I think, number 3 on her. Cleary hits that one. So Cleary hits 1 of 2, and it's a 21-19 ball game. Quick pass down the court here, and just a little bit out of the reach for Ella Brigham. And the turnover back to the Panthers. Gander over to Jacks, down low it goes. They'll kick the ball out and just missing Geary. That was a bit of a tough pass though. Nagel trying to thread the needle, and the ball had to be put down, on a pass pretty low, and she just couldn't quite reach it. Well, we're going to get some changes in the ball game here for both teams. I see Lauren Hunsinger is going to come in. She'll look to inbound over here to the middle of the court with with Hyatt. She'll drive, and we're going to get called for a double dribble. And the Panthers get the ball on the turnover. Panthers again, let's see if they continue with that fine passing that they do. Back up to Geary. Fredrickson into the ball game. She has it. Or check that. Actually, that's Culver now. No, I'm sorry. That was Fredrickson, number 32. Back up to the top here, and they rotate the ball around, and Hyatt is going to get hit with the foul as she bumps into Geary. Kind of caught her with the body a little bit. And now the inbound from Gander. Right back to her from Nagel. Here's a good look, and that is going to be a hit here for 2 by Fredrickson. 23-19 your score. Quick pass down court here, and another foul. This one is going to go on Helgeson. Cashton kind of getting into a little bit of foul trouble here. They're going to have to be a little careful as the inbound comes up here for the Panthers. Right in the lane, that's going to roll around, drops off to the right side. Well, a tough break right there as Haley Gander had a point-blank shot. Cashton coming back, that's no good. Byer picks up the errant shot and then loses the handle. Panthers return the favor. Here's a drive, and Helgeson is going to be fouled. So Sydney will go to the line here, and she'll get a couple of shots for the Eagles. Quinn Cook into the ball game, along with Hyatt. They're going to come over and have a chat with head coach Steve Hunsinger as Helgeson hits the first. Back into the ball game comes Lexi Kaiser. I think we saw her earlier in the game, if I recall correctly. Second shot, going to roll around. That'll drop through. And it's a 2-point ball game, 23-21. As Helgeson will come out, take a little break. Here is Nagel. That is Jaden's. Her pass going to be tipped, and Cashton's coming away with it. Quick down the court, and they'll return the favor right back into the hands of Nagel, and a beautiful outlet pass. Here is Jayla Nagel, and she'll hit the bucket. 25-21. 4-point advantage here as a press coming up here now. Not a hard press here by any means, but one that's going to serve notice, and it does the trick here as you're going to get the takeaway, and Nagel comes up with another 2. Very quickly, it's a 6-point ball game, 27-21. Here's a shot up, no good, and it looks like we're going to get a foul here on the Panthers. Again, that Panther defense really doing a job here as they swarm to the ball. That was one of the things I know Coach Hunsinger had mentioned, that he's a little worried about, I don't know about worried, but very aware of what can be done here with the Panthers and their defense. Cashton hits the first of 2 for Hyatt. Second one is up. That's no good. And the rebound coming away here for the Panthers. Down the court they go. Leading the way there was Oliver to Nagel. A little bit of a court pass there. That was Jaden Nagel. Now they're going to go down low. Here's a shot up. Fredrickson, no good. She had a good look. And the ball comes way into the hands of Byer. Staying in the ball game. Here's a drive. We're going to get a foul as Hyatt trying to go the distance on that one. Hunsinger to, I believe this is Lauren here, to inbound. It is. She gets a nice look, and the shot is up and good. And Taylor Byer will go to the line. Oh, a nice little play there for that inbound. And Byer hits the free throw for the 3-point play. 27-25 back into the ball game here for the Eagles. A near steal there by Hyatt. Down low, great pass. Here's Fredrickson, just a little bit too far underneath, but it's going to be Nagel with the shot. No, rebound, long rebound, that coming away here for Hyatt. And she quickly turns and heads down the court. She'll kick the ball out to Heft. Heft on this right elbow. Now comes back to the top of the key with Byer. Far side it goes with Hyatt. She's going to drive, looks for the layup, a little bit too strong, and she's fouled on the drive. Hyatt will go to the line here and shoot a couple. We'll see what she can do here. Shot is up and good. 27-26 now. We get some substitutions coming back into the ball game. 22 in Gander, 23 Jacks, and I didn't quite catch who came in down in the low corner. Next shot is up and good, and we got ourselves a tie ball game. 27 apiece here now, as Hyatt will take a break, and of course she's got some fouls, so it's good to kind of preserve that playing time, if you will. Well, here's a foul down low. That's going to go on Shendo. Kind of reaching over the top on that pass. That's going to be touched out of bounds by Cashton. Their defense trying to pick things up a little bit now as well. Left alone is Nagel. Her shot is up and good. Boy, I'll tell you what, Jaden's all by herself, and it's a 29-27 Panther lead. Pass, caught the back of one of the Panthers, and it's an unforced turnover basically here. Well, the Cashton defense trying to pick things up, but able to break that press. The Panthers now back to that ball movement that they really like to do, and they're pretty good at it. Here's Fredrickson coming up the top here with Clements. Clements on the wing with Nagel. She's hit a couple shots already here with a good hand. There's a reach in, but tipped away, but right back into the hands of the Panthers, and they go back to that swinging the ball around the court, around the world maybe. I'm not sure. Well, we're going to get a foul, and they're going to call that one, I think, on Geary with a bit of a push from behind. Hyatt and Lease back into the ball game here for Cashton. Outlet pass down the court, and Hyatt's going to take that one herself, and she banks it in. And we're back to an even ball game at 29 apiece. Jacks over to the far side. They'll come back to her, and Autumn goes to Geary. Geary on the wing with Gander. Haley takes a peek, goes back down to the, actually goes back up to the top here with Geary. Moving the ball around, Jacks on the far side. Again, great ball movement. Here's Geary. She wants to bank that one in. No good. And Schendel comes away with the rebound. Good position there for Taylor. That ball nearly lost, but they're able to pick it up. Helgeson goes inside, a tough pass, and it's going to work. Hyatt able to get that one, and it's a 31-29 Cashton lead all of a sudden. Inside pass down low, and the layup up and good. That was Jacks playing tough, and we'll go back to a tie ball game. Here comes Hyatt, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Great position there by, I believe, Jacks. And Hyatt just couldn't stop with those air brakes. Heft is going to have to come in for her now, as with Braley, now with deep foul trouble. She caught a shoulder injury there, it looks like, as she collided with Jacks. I'm going to take a moment and see if she can work out the kinks. She'll be back in.
Here comes Cashton's defense. A nice pass down low by the Panthers, kicking it out. Oh, there's another great pass and a beautiful bank here as Kickapoo with the position down low, moving the ball around, and they'll retake the lead here at 33-31. Lease goes down low. Here's a pass that's up and good for the Eagles. Tied up at 33. Get your racing shoes on, folks, because these two teams can move up and down the court. Geary goes to the far side with Nagel. Been a little quiet here in the second half, and she kind of led the team, though, in that first half. Here is Gander on the drive, kicking the ball back out. Top of the key it goes once again. Geary to Nagel. Nagel thought about it, comes back up with Geary. She's going to drive, bounce pass. We got a foul as she tried to split that defense. Geary went to split the defense, and somebody reached in. Getting themselves set here now. Geary, who's been pretty consistent at the line today. Shot, and of course, once you know, I jinxed her, as that one rolled off here to the left side. It's rolled right around and kicked out. Heft with the ball. She'll have to be part of that floor leadership with Ella Brigham now. And Helgeson. Her drive, no. Got the rebound put back. That's no good. And fighting underneath. That was Lease, I believe, coming away with it. And then it was tipped out of bounds down low. Not sure who had her hand on it for the Panthers, but again, that defense, you see that ball out there, they're going to go after it. Back up to the top, Heft over here with Brigham, down low once again. Beautiful bounce pass, and Lease can't hit that one. It's going to stay with the Eagles as Taylor Beyer had position and came up with the rebound and again had it tipped away by the Panther defense. Brigham coming along here with the little pass, and Beyer, well, she got herself caught in the middle of a shot or a pass. She couldn't decide, and a turnover here by the Panther D. Back up to the top. Here's a good-looking shot, and oh my goodness, she hit it. That was Michaela Kaufman, who hit a big three right there, and it's 36-33. Panthers with the lead. Quick pass down the court here, and we're going to get a timeout. Timeout on the floor. We'll do the same and be right back with more action here from the Lacrosse Center. Well, coming off the timeout, it's a 36-33 Panther lead. They continue to play pretty well. And again, that defense is one of their main strengths besides their passing. Now they've got a really nice team here under head coach Eric Weigel and his guidance. A couple of nice teams here playing at the Lacrosse Center. Again, thanks to Terry Sina, head coach for the Baroka Blackhawks, coming up with this idea and giving teams a chance to play. Talking with some people and how much they appreciate this. There's a pass down low. Tracking it down was Lease. Gets it to the far side and off the body, and the Panthers defense again coming through. Yeah, a lot of people I've talked to, they're just saying, it's such a neat idea. How often and would we ever get a chance to play? Here's a shot, no good. Rebound put back, still no good. And we're going to get a travel call here now. And that might have been Fredrickson on the travel. So to be able to have an opportunity to play here in this kind of venue, this is just a great situation for the women's basketball. And, that's what's fun about it. And stay tuned, folks. We're going to have Granny Basketball coming up. That pass by Hunsinger misses the mark and goes out of bounds. So the Panthers, again, tough defense. They're going to get a chance to inbound underneath their own basket. Jaden's Nagel will go to the back of the court here and get the honor. She'll come out to the top to Fredrickson. She'll quickly pass the ball over to Nagel. And here comes the offense. They'll get things set up now. Geary over here to Fredrickson. Once again, down low. A little bit of a hook shot. We're going to get a foul here as Jaden Nagel will go to the line here for Kickapoo. Yeah, just a great day. We're going to have some scrimmages. Viroqua girls, the 5th and 6th grade, they're dividing up their teams, as my understanding. They're going to play 20-minute scrimmage / basketball game, and then the 7th and 8th grade will do the same. That shot no good. A quick pass down the court. It's up and good. Great outlet pass, and it's 36-35. Both teams quick on that offense. Down low, it comes back out. Nagel is going to go on the drive, and she took an extra step before the ball hit the court. Coming back up, there's a outlet pass, goes to Hyatt. Her shot up, no good, off to the right. And Beyer goes for the rebound. Let's see what the call is. She might have pushed off a little bit trying to get to that rebound. And so it's going to be a foul situation. It's a 1-and-1. Cashton, very aggressive, and they're going to hit the first one in Fredrickson, 37-35. And she got the second, 38. Well, back up to the three-point advantage. They had trailed. They had taken the lead. It should go that way. Kickapoo did. Now they get another turnover here. Lost the lead at one point. Shot is up, no good. Rebound right back into the hands of the Panthers, but Kickapoo not able to put that one in. Here's Hunsinger with the pass. And Cashton will come down the court. Now slowing things down was Hyatt. A wide open look for three by Helgeson. No good. And the rebound, Kickapoo. Quick pass. It's a 2-on-1. And there is some quick feet by Braley Hyatt. And she's going to be called for the kick. Well, at one point it was, let's see, what was it here now? 29 apiece, then 31 apiece, then 35-33. Cashton was ahead, and now it's 38-35. So a 5-point run here to take the lead for Kickapoo. Quick little move, and the layup attempt, a little bit short, rebound, put back up, and good. Well, Fredrickson showed some tenacity there as she comes up with the bucket and a 5-point advantage. Off the miss, the rebound here for the Panthers. Down the court here it goes, and an excellent step in for the takeaway by Helgeson. Here's Brigham, skip pass, cross court here, a three, good look here by Hyatt. That's going to be just short. Attempted save, and boy, what a job by Hunsinger, I believe, is over there. Or was that, I think it was Hunsinger with that save. Cashton not able to get the bucket, though. They do maintain possession as the ball trickled out of bounds. Last touched by Kickapoo. Hunsinger. And the Eagles underneath their own basket come up to the top of the key. Going to Hyatt, and Nagel's going to foul her. Hyatt will go to the line here in a 1-on-1 situation. First shot is up and good. 40-36. Trying to draw within 3. And she does. Trying to hit that comeback trio a little bit here. The Eagles still Kickapoo with the advantage, the lead and the ball. They can work the clock. This time the ball's tipped away and stepping out of bounds, the Eagles. Hyatt had it just for a moment, but her foot was on the line. Well, Hunsinger comes out of the ball game. Here's a shot up, no good. Trying to see if that was, I think that was Lease that came in now. She's just passed the ball. Back up to Brigham. Brigham with a little move to the right side. Quick pass up over the shoulder of Lease, and it's a quick takeaway. Here's the drive, and it's up and good by Nagel. Well, you can't do those kinds of things as Nagel, pretty nifty, and protected the ball with her body for the layup. Cashton going to try and come back here now. Not a lot of time left. They're going to have to consider looking at some threes maybe. There's a ball, might have been tipped, but right into the hands of Geary. He'll come back down the other way here very, very quickly, and we're going to get a foul. Let's see, I'm not sure who that's going to go against. It's a blocking foul that might have been on Grace Lease. Shot is up a little bit strong, the back of the rim. But it was a 2-shot foul. Next one, still a little bit strong again. And the long rebound by Helgeson. And then there's Nagel with the tenacity on that free throw rebound. Here's a timeout. We'll do the same. The Eagles, trailing here, 42-37, will look to inbound. And here comes Jax on the defensive side, right in the face of the Eagles. Ball tipped out of bounds. Lease will look to get it back in. She gets it to Helgeson. Sydney surveying the field here with Jax right on her in the coverage. Back up to Brigham. Brigham over here to the near side with Hyatt. On the baseline, the shot is up. That's going to be short. Into the hands of Jax. And then Nago and back to Jax, who slowly brings the ball across the timeline. Well, we're going to get a timeout here. Head coach Eric Weigel says he wants to talk things over. We'll take a break ourselves. More coming up. Well, both coaches using the full minute timeout here as they want to make sure everything is, understood. I guess the best way to say it is we're near the end of this ball game. Here comes a drive. Oh, a real nice layup there by Nagel, and it's 44-37. Here's a pass down low. It's going to be touched, and out of bounds it goes. The Cashton squad, they're going to go 3 in and 3 out when it comes offense, defense here. Hyatt, Helgeson, and Schindel, they will go in and out depending on the situation. Here is Taylor Schindel, and she's going to hit a nice looking shot there for the bucket, and it's 44-39. And we got a timeout once again. We knew it was going to be quite a ball game, and it's definitely turning out to be just that. 44-39 lead here for the Panthers. They quickly get it across the timeline, and now forcing a foul here. It's going to be Heft with the foul. Amber, one of the Eagles that can afford to foul now, and they've got to be a little bit kind of like on the strategic side of things, I guess I would say. Nago will get the first one to drop. 45. Another shot coming. That one drops through. 46-39. Down on that far side, it's going to be Brigham, lobs the ball down low, kicks it out. Here comes Hyatt on the drive herself, and it's going to roll up and in. And the timeout, Cashton, as they look to set up their defense. 46-41 I have for the score here, as Kickapoo able to get the ball in. And there's the quick foul by Brigham. to send the Panthers back to the line. They've been very consistent here when it comes to free throws. Let's see if they can continue that great trend. Shot is up and good. And again, our 3 in and 3 out. Next shot, just a little bit short here. And we're going to get a foul down underneath here. I think Shendo is going to go to the line here and shoot free throw. And that might have been Geary on the foul. Kind of drug her down off from that rebound attempt. Shot is up and good. Taylor will get another one. Second shot just a little bit short, and rebound coming away to the Eagles. A long 3, that's no good. Still tracking it down. No, there's a bump as Hyatt went after it. Nagel is going to be, I think, well, she's not going to be charged with the foul here as the ball was tipped out of bounds. Cashton trying quickly. Here's a 3 on the way, just off the front of the rim. No good, and Nagel comes away with it. And now a reach in by Helgeson. And I think that's foul number 4 on her. Opportunity coming up here. It'll be the Eagles down at the court here, and Panthers, they just stay away from everything, which is a wise move. No sense in having a kind of an unforced, foul. You don't need it. Nagel will hit 1. Here's a shot up, and it's no good. Rebound. Shendo coming up with it, and that's not going to drop. And they're going to call her for a travel. And that's going to do it. Well, we watched quite a ball game here today, folks. We hope that you've enjoyed watching this Western Wisconsin video production of Cashton and Kickapoo girls basketball here from the Lacrosse Center. It's the Generations of Basketball Classic 2022. I'm Ken Manning saying so long for now, everyone, and a Merry Christmas to all of you.